Hello and welcome to the RPG Academy podcast Twitch stream. My name is Michael, and I'm here today for session 13 of my playthrough of Dragon Warrior from the original Nintendo Entertainment System. And I was able to do some leveling off air, as it were. So I think when we ended last session, I was really close to level 17, and now I'm just a bit into 19. So I guess technically 3 levels, more like 2. And I got the final spell, Hurt More, which is pretty BA, let me say. It's 5 magic points, and it can one-shot some bad guys that were really giving me trouble. Though it doesn't work all the time. Apparently, Wizards doesn't work against them. Good to know. So the plan for today, because I still want to be level 20 before I really try to go and beat the game, is I'm going to head back to that final castle, and I'm just going to start mapping. I'm going to go back to that secret passage I found behind the throne room and then just take my time and map as I go. I'm sure I'll get into a ton of fights. Eventually I'll die. I'll go back to the starting castle and then we'll just start over. That's the plan, to go do some mapping. The reason I want to start with behind the throne room is because that's where I went yesterday when I was just kind of putzing around right fast. And I saw a treasure chest, and that makes me think that's probably the magic sword I need to get, which would be great. So I don't think that's the way to win the game. I think that's the where the treasure chest is. So that's the assumption I'm going off of, and I'm going to continue to go off of. Welcome, Foxblade. Happy to have you with me. Hopefully you heard all that. If not, you'll figure it out as we go. We're heading to the last castle to do some mapping and exploring. I did level a couple times, so I'm up to level 19 now. Got some more hit points, got some more magic points, and got that final spell, which is good. Very powerful. Like it a lot. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to map fairly quickly and get through that area behind the throne room. At least that is the plan. Hold on one second. Just noticed that my chat window wasn't lined up properly because you can't read all the chat. There we go. Lock that back in place. I don't understand how, I never change any of my settings, but every time I do this, it's like I'm starting over. But welcome, Ramy. Thanks for joining. Dun, 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 dun. We are heading to, I think Mr. Spokes called it Charlock. I don't know if that's the actual name of that castle or what, but that's what I think it's called because of what he said. We're heading back there to map and explore. And then I will go ahead. I did not go talk to them based off of what Mr. Spokes said. I think he is right that it's just going to basically tell me, yeah, you're powerful enough now to actually try to beat the game. So I probably, just for completionist's sake, will do so once I get to level 20. But I don't expect to beat the game today. Hopefully I'll map a bunch and be able to make it out easier next time, but we shall see. I'm also planning on doing a special bonus Twitch stream today. Don't know exactly when yet, but I got the newest, we'll jump in here, the newest Marvel Legendary set yesterday, Into the Cosmos. I did get the deluxe edition because I'm just that person. So it cost me a couple bucks extra to buy it directly from Upper Deck, but I get a special promo card. And of course, why wouldn't you do that, right? So the plan is, I think at some point today, I'm going to do a bonus Twitch stream where I open it up and go over the cards and just kind of go through them. And then eventually I'll edit it for YouTube where I'll make it look a lot better and show the cards a lot cleaner. But still thought it might be fun. So if anybody's interested in Marvel Legendary, I'll be doing that at some point today. Possibly directly after this is over. I'm not sure yet. So those extra levels definitely help. In particular, that spell that I got is really powerful. I can basically one-shot some of these creatures that have been causing me problems. If I just outright fight them, it still takes me a little while. I've also figured out that stop spell is pretty powerful. Particularly this Magi Wyvern. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it tries to put me asleep all the time. And when it puts me to sleep, I go to sleep a lot. So if I just cast stop spell, basically it can't do anything. And same thing with those Star Wyverns I found, because the only reason they're so tough is they keep casting heal more. And so you have to fight them like 4 times. So if you cast stop spell, then it's so much easier. So it probably could have been doing better against them a long time ago if I had just thought of that as strategy. Yes, it is called Hurt More. And from what I understand, it's the last spell that you get. It doesn't cost a lot of magic points, does a lot of damage. Just terrible name. Though, I mean, I guess it is a good name because it does hurt more. It hurts a lot more. These Demon Knights don't do a lot of damage to me, but they dodge my attacks like half the time. So right there, 2 in a row. Usually I have to hit them 3 times, but I have to swing at them like 6 before I can get there. So Mr. Spokes is in, there's a way to check your damage thresholds. So the formula is, I guess, attack power minus 100 divided by 2. So let's see here. So attack power is 108. So that's 8 divided by 2 is 4. So yeah, I don't understand. I'm confused. Super Bass 88. Thanks for hanging out. I don't remember seeing your name before. So if you're new here or maybe mostly lurk, welcome. I think it's also a Japanese port. It was originally released as Dragon Quest. So I'm assuming that maybe it's just like a translation thing, perhaps. Wow. Yeah, Mr. Spokes was talking about that. I still need to check that out. Some of the speed runs. Whoops, cast run spell. Because it does sound super interesting, but I'm trying to play this kind of ignorant, just reliving my childhood for going through it. So I don't remember very much. It's still interesting. I'm certainly happy to, get informed. Don't think I don't want you to tell me things, but I'm sort of purposefully blindly going into it just to get the feel of what it was like back when I was, 10, 12 years old, first time I played this. Oh, I haven't been paying attention. I was trying to read. Oh, I'm going to die. Oh, got lucky. Okay. So if I'm reading that correctly, then the most damage I can do to the Dragonlord currently is 4 damage, and the minimum is 2. I have no idea how many hit points they have, but I'm guessing probably not a good chance right now. So yeah, so definitely plan on leveling up at least once more, if not more. But again, the plan for today is to kind of start mapping out this area here to see just sort of what I can find. I do sort of apologize if you're new. I map on graph paper just like I did when I was a kid, and it is a slow and laborious process. But I do find it sort of cathartic in a way. I don't know if that's the right word, but I really enjoy it. Just it's fun for me for some reason. So here's that star wyvern that forever was just murderizing me. And with the simple application of a stop spell, usually I'll attack it twice. It will then try to heal itself. Nope, didn't this time. I killed it anyways with an excellent move. But yeah, it's definitely easier with stop spell. Okay, so that block, that block. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I mean, heal more is almost a game changer. It costs so much. Though I know this came up the other day, and I still am not exactly sure of the answer. Is there any items that offer magic point? Um, like in the middle of the game, you can get more magic points. Okay, I did something wrong there. Ah, gotcha. So sorry, just trying to catch up on reading the chat as I'm trying to map here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Here's a stairwell. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am playing this Super Bass 88 through an emulator. I did purchase, well, actually, Rami purchased me a copy of the game. I don't know if anyone would actually care, but when I first started getting into trying to stream video games, somewhere at some point I found out that if you don't actually own the game, you're not really supposed to stream it. So even though I have an emulator with like 1,000 games on it, I won't stream them unless I actually own the game. And so Rami sent me a copy of it. Yes, Rami, I saw that too. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is I don't know if Time Sparrow has Tabletop Simulator, and I don't think it would be fair to them to expect them to buy a $20 program to play with us. So I'm hoping that either they already do, or maybe we can find another solution that will work. I mean, at the end of the day, we could always roll their dice for them. I know that's not nearly as much fun, but that's also free. But yeah, so I did see that. It's possible that there's another solution out there that we just haven't found yet. Like Al said, he'd only searched for a few minutes for that one, so um, possibly. For those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, Al, who is one of our patrons and friends, is going to be running a game of Dungeon Crawl Classics tonight. And normally we play it sort of theater of the mind style, but none of us have the special dice that come with that particular game. So we're looking for an online solution, and we found one, but it isn't working. So that didn't help. And then we did find it's on Tabletop Simulator, but again, that costs money. So let's see here. All right, so it looks like this is actually the only way I can go. I see some other stairs, but unless I miss something, this is the only stairway I can actually get to on this level of the map. So let us turn the page. Alrighty. So I'm assuming that that chest there is the one that I'm trying to get to, and that it probably has the sword in it that I'm looking for. I'm not sure I understand Gygar, sorry. Yeah, you can't type top thinking all at the same time. I'm thinking you're probably referencing playing Dungeon Crawl Classics. So yeah, it's a tabletop role-playing game. We just play it over Zoom so we can all see and hear each other. But we need a way, because they don't use the standard dice. Well, they do use the standard dice, but they also use different dice. Okay, so let me stop talking for a minute, because the last time I fought the blue dragon, it killed me. So let's just start by attacking it. Oh, it's dodging. Okay, good. Hopefully I can take one more hit, and then I'll use heal more. All right, that wasn't terrible. Okay. Okay, so again, that seems to be the only way to go. All right. So yeah, I've been playing basically role-playing games, Dungeons and Dragons, since I was 12, somewhere in there. And that's actually, like, the name of this Twitch channel is RPG Academy. And it's, it fits for like RPG video games and stuff, but it's really more about Dungeons and Dragons and other, because there's so many other role-playing games, but that's what most people heard of. This, me playing video games, is sort of the offshoot of that. So normally when I'm doing stuff online, it's about, teaching people how to play tabletop games, that kind of thing. But if you played it as a youngster, maybe now's the time to get back into it, because it's more fun than ever. Like, I literally have more fun playing now than I ever did before. So actually I need to double check. That went down. Okay. Yeah, I've heard some things about Zoom that doesn't make me thrilled, But I've also been using it now for almost 2 years. They already know everything there is to know about me. I have no secrets left to hide from them, and it's just a really good system. I pay for it, so I have the professional account. I almost never have problems that aren't related to my issue, not theirs. So I guess I'm just dumb enough that I'll keep putting up with them because they keep making a good product. But I may someday come to regret that. But there's other solutions as well. If you really can't use Zoom, there are plenty of other programs out there that are free. Discord, you can do the same thing through theirs. I hear it's not quite as robust, I guess, consistent, maybe quality, like you're more likely to drop calls and such. But there's definitely other avenues. So let's see here. So I actually haven't used Discord yet to do any of this just because I haven't had to, so I can't really speak to it, but wouldn't surprise me. Discord does a lot of things really well. And I certainly wouldn't mind not having to pay for Zoom anymore. It's not super expensive, but it is still an expense. That's surprising. Whew. Radiant is pretty awesome. Like I just kind of particularly because of the way I like to map, it's easier because you can see so much more of the screen. So you can kind of map even like places you can't get to yet, but you can draw around those. So definitely I would have a hard time figuring out, like, I don't know that I would be able to do what I'm doing if I didn't have it. Though I'm already getting really confused on this one because I haven't been keeping track of my ups and downs very well. So I have a feeling that some of these maps are basically the same places, but on different maps. But eventually I'll go through and like reference them all out and figure that stuff out. Let me double check because that is sort of looking like someplace I've been before, but yeah, I'm betting that that is this here. Okay, alright, so that's 3. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll figure it out eventually. But I think I'm starting to, yeah, definitely that where I was is someplace, it was a different level. That's again one of the things I try to do this fast because I don't want to take forever because I do realize there are people that are kind of watching, so I don't want to like make this take 9 hours. But at the same time, probably need to do a better job of keeping track of when I go up and down because that's probably part of the reason why I'm getting myself confused. Okay. So that one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. What's kind of sad, Gygar, is I had a binder for a very long time, for like close to 30 years, that I had kept that had these maps already in it. And also where I'd played Final Fantasy multiple times, I had like charted out the different configurations of characters, like if you had 4 fighters versus 2 fighters and 2 black wizards, or versus a fighter, a wizard, blah, 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 blah. And I tracked all their stat advancements as they went up in levels, all that kind of good stuff. And I had that thing for years and years and years, literally like almost 30 years. And it's the last move when I moved to this house about a year ago, not quite a year ago. I either lost it or I decided I don't need this anymore and got rid of it. And I can't find it anymore. Or I would literally have had all of these maps that I had saved from my childhood that I could be referencing. So it looks like I actually have several ways that I can go. So it's just a matter of which way I want to go. And we'll start with this one. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, an armored knight. This looks kind of scary. Ooh, yeah. Oh, no. That's not good. Can I just run from this guy? Nope. Apparently you can't run from these guys. So I am dead. Oh, well. That was still a fairly successful run at mapping. Let's see, I still have 2,400, so lots of experience still to go. I still think that'll be it for the day. I don't think we're going to beat this game tomorrow. It'll be next week. But I've already got some maps made, so I'll be able to get back to this part pretty easily. And I still might do some grinding off air again, maybe get another level or even 2 to make it a little bit easier for next time. So thanks everybody for hanging out. SuperBass88, thanks for joining us for the day. Pretty much Monday through Friday around 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm playing games. Right now it's Dragon Warrior. In the past, I played through Final Fantasy. I played through Legend of Zelda. I think next I'm going to play Rygar, which I think will only take a few days to get through that one from my memory. And eventually I'm going to get around to ordering Dragon Warrior 2 and go through that one, but it may be a little while. I want to break some of these longer games up a little bit. But yeah, always fun having people hang out and watch me looking down and drawing squares on graph paper. So thanks, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Oh, thanks for the follow.